Hello?
Hello, everybody.
Hi, friends. Welcome.
Welcome to this stream.
To Klei.
Klei
Rhymes with Klei.
Klei.
Don't Starve Together, Wormwood stream.
Yeah, this is clearly a Wormwood stream. It's all about me, of course.
Just kidding.
As you can see, I'm fully committed to the authenticity of this stream. We got a shiny gem here. It's legit. I know this is the true reason that you all came here today, okay?
Cosplay.
Over the course of the next hour... No, I'm just kidding. We're not gonna do that. But, yeah. Hey, guys. Thanks for...
tuning in.
Thanks for joining us. How is everybody doing today?
Matt has a plant. Yes. He can't move. He's not very mobile right now.
Yeah.
It's good cosplay, though.
Yeah.
How much did it cost you, Matt?
This cost me a whopping $6 Canadian. So you Americans, you can get a great deal on this, okay? Yeah.
Okay. Well, welcome. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just do a quick...
Wormwood's out now, guys. It's
Check it.
He's doing some cool stuff. You can get him on Steam, PS4, Xbox One. He's pretty cute. He might be one of my favorite characters.
He's adorable.
Yeah, he is adorable.
Yeah. We had a lot of fun working on the short. There's a lot of cool stuff we want to show you guys.
Yeah, I guess.
Please ask questions as we're going.
For sure. Yeah, ask us whatever.
Matt Wood, best cosplay.
Yeah, I'm just trying not to move too much. So
Okay.
I don't know if this costume will last the entire stream. We're gonna take this journey together, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, today we'll be talking a little. We're basically just going over. I can't even take myself seriously. Today we're basically going over just the trailer, the Wormwood, or not trailer, the short. We're just gonna kind of jump into BGs and concept stuff and animation.
And for this one, Elaine did the concept kind of exploration stuff, and she did the storyboards. So we'll also take a look at the storyboards.
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe we'll start with the concept.
Yeah, we kind of So I know for this one, we wanted to do with every one of the shorts. We try to do something a little bit different, just kind of like explore, a somewhat different style, but still keep things feeling Don't Starvey. I guess we'll just kind of we'll jump into.
Sorry, I'm still very new to streaming stuff, so I might be pointing at things and hitting buttons. So
we're going into the BGs, but yeah, for now we'll start with.
There we are.
We're just gonna start with just kind of some inspiration for the short. So these aren't obviously images that we made. These are things that we kind of pulled, and I think Elaine and Andrea did a lot of this kind of stuff. So we'll just kind of tab through it. I don't know. We were kind of going for more of like a
comic book kind of graphic style. So as I'm sure everyone noticed, it is a bit of a departure from the other ones.
Right.
But this one has a lot of strong contrast with the black. I'm not a background artist. I can't really speak as much to it as Elaine or Andrea could, but like they found this stuff online and were really inspired by the colors and all the really hard shadows. So
yeah.
And if anyone knows these artists, please post it because they're all super awesome.
Yeah, we can definitely make a list of all the stuff that we kind of reference for this one.
I'm not going to be able to pronounce this very well.
Filmatech
asked how many devs or artists are working on one short. So I think, there's Matt and I, Elaine, Andrea.
Four animators, so it's
Sun
me, you,
and Anne-Marie.
Yeah. And then 2 BG artists, and
then there's also music and sound, all the awesome sound effects. Margaret did all the cool like yawns and rustles.
The sound when he opens his mouth is like it's a I can't do it. But yeah.
The Classy Viking asks, how long does it generally take to make one of these shorts?
Wormwood says maybe, I don't know, I feel like a month, 3 weeks?
To 4 weeks, kind of depending. For us, we have about 3.
Yeah.
But then it has to get passed off to sound, and we want to make sure that we have enough time for that.
It definitely overlaps, right? So, like, obviously the first step is, like, boards and concept and all that kind of stuff. But then, then it comes to us and we animate, and I think normally in like a studio environment, I know like BGs are usually done beforehand, before they hit the animation department. But for us, it's usually kind of happening at the same time.
Yeah, it's very different. Matt and I both came from TV animation, where it was very much this part happens, then this part happens, and like it's kind of more of a conveyor belt of separate departments all working kind of separately. But together.
Yeah, but together, more or less.
Just at different times, whereas here at Klei, it's something pretty new for us. We started the same day, which is kind of cool. Newbies on the exact same day.
Yeah, I had somebody else to point to, just like in case something went wrong. I'd be like, it wasn't me, it was Steph.
But yeah, so it's everything's happening kind of at the same time, so we'll start animating before we have backgrounds, and sometimes we'll do a quick ground plane, and then Elaine's like, yeah, sure, that's fine, or actually we were thinking this. So it's a lot of back and forth. We all sit together so we could just nudge each other, and it's pretty neat, very different from what we're used to in TV.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
we'll go into just like a little bit of the concept stuff. We'll start with the animatic, just so everyone can kind of see. This is what the animators and the BG artists will get to work from and make the final thing. So we'll play through this together.
And there's no sound, as you could tell, as well.
Yes, there's no sound yet. That is one of the last steps.
Some studios do like temp sound to help with the animators coming up with timing and such, but it's kind of neat here we do what we do, and then they'll kind of add to it, or, oh, we were thinking this. Again, just a lot of back and forth, so we kind of just envision what things might sound like. And as, like, if you were here last time when I was on, I do a lot of sound effects when I'm...
Oh, yeah.
So, like, these guys,
I did. I know all about making sound effects. That was pretty good.
Yeah. Huh? Anyways.
Yeah. As you can see, we know totally what we're doing. We got a question from Fuffles. Here's an important question. A very important question.
Yes, this is a good one.
Did we have fun making this short?
Yes. Yeah. Anytime I get to do cute stuff, I'm always like...
I really like that, like, so far, all the shorts that we've worked on have been, like, totally different. Yeah. So, like, this was definitely a slower pace. And I know, like, a lot, especially, like, compared to this animatic here, a lot of the scenes got kind of extended to just, like, give a little bit more breathing room to the scene.
Yeah. Anne-Marie had one scene where Wormwood did the little cute yawn, and she just had to keep on adding more and more time, because yawns are slow actions.
Yeah.
If you do it too fast, it just looks like a... So you have to, like, really give it a lot of time to breathe, and for the audience to feel it, so...
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so it's a lot more. And then compared to the action stuff in the Willow trailer, where
the Willow stuff was nuts. It was just, like, shadow stuff going on. And,
action, so, Pogs.
Yeah, so we got these guys here.
Yeah, we had to...
adorable.
Because in the game, they're all the lighter colored, so we have to make... Because they're running around and doing all this awesome stuff, we need to make sure that they look different, so it doesn't look like it's just one blurring together.
Yeah. And of course, like stuff like we definitely like tweak colors, not too much, but we try to stay as close to the game as possible. But we definitely like do tests like this where we'll put the characters in the background, make sure everything kind of works. A lot of that is like Elaine and Andrea.
Yeah.
They have the eyes for color.
I don't know color stuff very well.
Yeah, I'm like, I can make stuff move all right, but when it comes to color...
I have no idea how they came up with the colors of this background. Someone
Mandy MSJ.
What program do we use to make animation? We use Adobe Animate.
Yep.
There's different versions that people have here. Some people like a little bit older. It's sometimes a bit more stable.
Yeah, some of the newest versions are like
16 point something. I just started using the newest one, and it seems stable right now. So, yeah. This one was obviously some of the concept for Wormwood.
Yeah, a little bit of Wormwood.
And then we've got some bird.
Yeah, just
birds.
Again, kind of some color practices or
because
color tests.
in game it's different than.
I think they ended up being, or one of them ended up being red. So again, it's just like kind of what looks good, keeping it on theme, but also making sure stuff, looks good. This is like one of my favorite things ever. Anne-Marie did this.
This is the best. So she's the same one who did that Terror Beak little comic.
Yeah, if you remember from last time, no take, only throw.
Only throw, yeah, no take, only throw. So now it's... This was obviously, we had been into Wormwood for a day and a half, and she absolutely loves him. So
like, he's so cute.
He is really. Yeah, I just love how he's like. No.
It's funny every time I see the second image, I always picture Wormwood being like, yeah.
Oh, I picture him like a screaming child.
I mean, that was probably the intent.
So here's another beautiful work of art that we all love. We pass it around the studio. It's adorable.
Reset Player asks, does the team intend to explore many more style variations as they put out more shorts? Hopefully. I
think that would be great. We're definitely, as you saw from the War Talks one, which looks very storybook-like, very,
lots of watercolors.
And kind of the outlines, the color bleeding outside the outlines, and then that's a departure from the typical paper kind of texture.
Yeah, there's like I think like the Don't Starve is like, or the Don't Starve like traditional look is like the very papery, textury, and like I know again for this one we like had thicker lines around the outside. Again, more comic booky,
hard dark colors like the blacks. So I think it'd be really cool if we continue on this trend of just kind of having fun with it,
just exploring it.
Bring something different to the table. So we're gonna get into some BGs.
Yeah, so this again, we didn't do any of these BGs. Start with this one.
Yeah.
Start with the rough one.
Yeah, all the lines.
Let's do the rough
Check this one out.
This one.
Ugh.
All right, here we go. So I don't know for sure, but this might be like the first. Is this the first?
I think it might have been the first one Elaine came up with, and it's just
which is like insanely detailed,
crazy. I just look over because she's next to me, so every now and then I glance at her computer. I'm like, oh, it's so pretty. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I literally would get lost in this forest, metaphorically and physically.
But you blend in so well.
Yeah, that's exactly why. I would just get lost, and no one would ever be able to find me again. So I think so. This would be like the first step. This is like a concept. Then this is.
Yeah, she was exploring the color, the little light pooling coming through the trees, trying to get that feeling of. So it kind of brightens it up a little bit. It doesn't look gloomy, even though there's a lot of hard dark colors. These little puddles of light bring a lot of interest, and also they guide your eye.
Yeah. Well, and like in the game too, like I know it kind of looks like this, where it does have like it does feel like you're kind of in this like roofed forest.
Canopy?
Yeah, canopy. Where you do get those like the nice lens. Mm-hmm. And again, this is like already gorgeous, and it's not even the final. Like this final
so great
is just beautiful.
And I asked her, I'm like, how did you figure out the colors? like those warm oranges with the like green blues. This is why I don't do colors. I wish. I mean,
I'd be like, okay, this one's gray.
I would make everything purple.
Yeah, mine would be super saturated. I would just like pick the defaults and like,
to this one.
Oh yeah.
This one's blows my brain. Just there we go.
This is another kind of
perspective. What is that? You know, even with organic stuff, you want to have a bit of planning.
I can't speak to it, but it is absolutely gorgeous. It amazes me as much as hopefully it amazes everyone else.
And then also there was a time of day change, so she had we kind of had it a different color originally, but then I think she had to go back in and figure out what colors for the moonlight pulling through instead of the sun. So yeah, really neat stuff.
And then again, these are so that was like some concept stuff. We'll kind of look through quickly some of these final BGs, which again, any one of these could just be like this perfect desktop wallpaper or something.
The moon.
Yeah, just like really pretty. This kind of stuff is just again so nice. There's that one we saw before. Oh, but just the pools of color.
Makes you want. I don't know. Even though there's a lot of darks in there, I want to hang out.
Oh yeah, here we go.
There we go, dark and light. Oh yeah. If you remember in the short, there was the part where Wormwood formed with the vines, and the lights and colors change, and that was actually passage of time.
Yeah, so it's kind of like he like slowly grew to form the shape that he is now. But we needed a way to show like that time was passing. So again, these like beautiful little different
details,
colors. Kind of and I think
different
in comp they just kind of like transition between them.
Crosses all them. Yeah.
So good.
So good.
Got some more stuff.
And these little, if you're not sure, these little squares within the picture are kind of the framing of where the camera's going to move to.
I keep going to like touch the screen and be like, hey guys, like look right here, you can see where my finger is.
These boxes.
Yeah, that's just kind of like,
field guides. We'll call them field guides.
Field guides.
Just kind of, it's going to be here and then it goes there, so they just know how much artwork to create.
I remember they taught me field guides in school, and like for some reason I just didn't understand it. And like, because this was all traditional back then, so you had them like cut out like on just bigger pieces of paper, and I think I was just confused. I was like, why don't you just make it like one size and then you can like scale it up or down digitally? There was like a missed connection there in my brain. Now I understand, but like I don't really understand. Like if I had to do this traditionally, there's like multiple sizes of field guides, I wouldn't know like why you would use a different, like, because they're all the same ratio, right?
It's like, it just keeps, I can't.
My dangling?
Man.
It distracts me
it's
too.
It's a little distracting, but it's worth it.
Anyway.
So that's what these squares are that you're seeing.
Yeah. Just it's
again, I'm like gesturing to the other monitor that you guys don't see.
Yeah, which you guys can see here.
Yeah.
Right here. Yeah, just
some more backgrounds.
Some more stuff.
Pugs.
Checking them out.
Yeah, this was also just to see what they would look like against the warm colors within the background, because they are themselves warm colors, so we had to make sure they're just different enough that you could see them.
They would still pop, even though they are similar colors. Kind of similar.
That was the close-up shot of
just
them.
Like even this just like looks good. Hey! Wormwood's blocking the background, but it's there.
And there's a time code down there too.
It's there.
So that the numbers are.
Yeah, again, I think this is more, I guess, again, Elaine would have to answer this, but like something like this, I don't know, maybe the character was done first, or the animation was done first, so then when they got to the backgrounds, they would, put them in there as like a placeholder, and just to be able to, kind of make sure the character, so we don't have to like reanimate anything.
Yeah.
Going
through backgrounds. This is the what is life? No, nobody loves me.
Nobody loves me.
And then when he sits down and gets all cozy.
Yeah.
So, and maybe we could go into some. Oh yeah, this one was a beautiful shot at the end.
That's
of him breathing. Anne-Marie did that one of him, the animation. Maybe we go into some.
Vanta Rose says, "I just love the backgrounds in all these shorts. I can't do backgrounds for the life of me, and I love all the details in these."
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I'm with you there, buddy.
I also just have the feels for these back.
Yeah.
We're gonna show some little work in progress. Yeah.
Want to switch?
Sure.
Yeah?
We're gonna.
Right.
Matt will be Steph and Steph will be Matt.
I am now Steph. Steph is now Wormwood.
I need the hat. Okay. I'm gonna go to. Should we do all? Nah. Me. Start with this one.
Oh yeah.
So Sun did this one. We're trying to figure out how he forms. There wasn't as much description in the boards because a lot of times you have to start doodling it and kind of coming up with it. So she came up with it as we went. Am I opening new ones or can I click next?
I think you can click next.
This also was very intense. I don't know how Sun did it.
Yeah, so these are like progress shots, right? So it does change a little bit depending on the person, but usually, you know, there's a rough pass or a posing pass where you hit all the important poses and then you can just in between those poses. I don't know, like, do you prefer working like from keys or do you just like straight ahead? Because some people will just like animate like frame instead of like frame and then like the stuff in between.
I do keys and then I go back. It depends on what it is. If it's something like that vine, I would probably do straight ahead.
Right. Just to kind of like...
Which means just animate as you go.
I find like that way is more with the flow, but it's also sometimes you lose like the really nice posing. So yeah.
But for organic things, it feels pretty good.
Yeah.
So, and then we snap into... I keep opening additional tabs, but this one was Matt's, right? You did this one?
Yes, that was mine.
Yeah, so you ping, eyes open. Oh yeah, this one, sorry, we're kind of hopping around, I guess. I thought it would go to next.
Is it not going?
It's not going to next. This is why I don't usually make computers do things. There we go.
With the arrow keys?
Yeah. Anyways, so this one was when he's first alive and he's
like, what am I doing? What are these hands I've got?
I got hands. I'm just gonna go next. Nope. Next keeps bringing me to the wrong one.
Well, that's weird.
It is weird. And then this is a bit more clean.
Yeah.
So, and then color.
There we go. Then color. We again for this one, it was important to kind of like make sure. Because it was like the pools of light, we wanted to make sure that the light source definitely worked just in terms of the background. So a lot of times we would do, or I would do like a base color pass, and then I would have to wait for the background before I could do a shadow pass just to make sure that it, you know, has the same direction as the rest of the scene.
This one was really cute. Matt did this as well with the burbs and the butterflies.
Yeah, and this one, I don't know if anyone noticed, but the hands are a little bit different. I made them a little bit more like his regular, like kind of pointy fingers, but they didn't look too butterfly-y, so we ended up swapping them for what you see now, which is a little bit more flowy, a little bit bigger, and a little bit more deliberate.
Yeah, was it to hit the next? I thought I hit next.
Yeah, try it.
I did.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, is this one?
Oh yeah, that's the...
Is this a different... There we go.
Yeah, there we go. That's what it ended up looking like.
Right.
The hand's a little bit more floopy. And this is kind of like, for me, this was one of my scenes, but again, most of it is pose to pose, and then in between later. But the other good reason to do a posing pass first is at Klei, everyone kind of shares everything with everyone else at every step of the way. So, you know, you do a posing pass, and then a couple people will chip in, like, oh yeah, like maybe have him like bend down a little bit more, or like have him jump up a little bit higher or something. So it's like a really collaborative environment where you can kind of, and that's like why the hands ended up getting changed, and I'm glad that I changed that like before animating everything. And so, you know, you animate this whole thing and somebody's like, yeah, his like hands are a little bit too big or something, and you end up having to change it.
I really like it. You'll see here in this next shot the smear drawings that Matt did when he flaps his wings, his hands. It's a good animation sheet. It looks great. How does it happen?
Well, let me just demonstrate here. You raise your hands and... Oh, I can't move them that fast.
No.
Yeah, I just like rocket out of the scene.
Yeah, so here's the cleaned up and colored version.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. You could see those boxes that we were talking about earlier. They're in that shot.
Yep.
So
the field guides. The things I totally know very well.
And then this is when he's like, huh? I hear a sound.
Looks behind him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So this one's mine.
This is my favorite scene.
I was just like, mine, I need to do this scene. I have a little dog that looks kind of like a fox, and I thought about him a lot. He's actually, Pogs are based off of, like, a lot of the thought behind them was a cute baby that we sometimes see at the studio with big eyes and hair sticking up, and so that's why they had the little hair poke.
I just want to be their friend.
Little Junie.
You know, and they didn't want to be my friend.
So this is how I work. As you could tell the difference between Matt's stuff and mine is I go very rough and kind of quickly just to kind of think it through at the beginning stage, but then I slow right down at the end, and I'm not a fast animator. But
I like this because I feel you get a lot of flow.
I get
and you can kind of know what's.
I get the point across to the rest of the team, and they could be like, so for this one, you'll notice he came in differently.
Yeah, that's a change.
I thought it'd be kind of cool. Like in the boards, it looked like he crawled in on all fours, and I thought it might be like a creepy lizard. He's like, oh, I'm an animal too.
Yeah, he's
Look
like,
at
I know
me.
how my limbs work.
But then Jeff was like, oh, he's mimicking. He's like, am I a butterfly? Am I a bird? And he's like mimicking the pog, so he should jump in pretty much the exact same way. And you'll notice he grew another leaf, and he's got a little leaf tail. He's trying to mimic the pogs.
He's imitating that.
Yeah, so...
Reset Player just asked, are each of you responsible for coloring your own shot, or is there a separate coloring team for consistency?
Good question. We do it all.
Yeah.
But someone will come up with the colors first. Usually, like, it's not always one person, but since we already knew what Wormwood looked like...
Yeah, thankfully there was already a good reference, and we just... I think... I don't know who... Usually there's, like, a file that just has, like, all right, this is the color for the wood, this is the color for the leaf, and these are the colors for, like, the shadows or something. And then... so then at least everyone's kind of working from the same palette, or else... Yeah, things might be all over the place.
Like, again, because I'm slower at animation, I got behind, so Matt helped me color some of my stuff. So he did one of the pogs, I did another pog, so we help each other out.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
There's a lot of jumping around.
Yeah. Is that... See, I can't work computers. We keep hopping around. So this is like the color. The reason that the...
Yeah, explain the green...
The green shadows are to create masks in, like, our post-production aspect of things. So... Anywhere that there was the color, I should point with the mouse.
With the mouse.
The pool of light will actually be, anything in that pool of light will cast shadow. So that's why Wormwood doesn't have a green circle, is because he stays within the shadow.
Yeah.
So.
And it wasn't, the reason like, sorry. Like if the,
Should I go back to it?
Maybe.
Okay.
Because, like, if you had so right now, because the background is, like, on a background layer and the character is on, the character layer with the shadow, if you had the shadow, like, just as, like, a darker color, like a transparent, like, gray or something, it would, like, overlap the shadow, and you would see, like, the shadow on top of the shadow, and you would have this, like, weird, like, it doesn't automatically change to that nice, like, bluish...
Yeah,
purple.
I wouldn't be able to create the same color in Animate, I don't think,
right.
as well as if Elaine did it after the fact. So she's like, oh, just create a mask and I'll do it up, and she did a great job with that. I'm gonna skip the Pog one. Oh.
Farm Folks asks, how long do you think it would take you if you did it all by yourself? The whole short or just one scene? I feel like one scene can take...
I feel like I spent over a week... Probably a week on this Pog one.
Coloring takes...
Coloring took a lot longer, and the shadows than I
thought. It takes... That's the thing that always takes longer than I expect. Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, for me it was the scene with the hand flapping and the birds coming in. Because it's hard because... How do I put this? So with the Don't Starve style, the outline is, like, a little bit scratchy. So you can't always, unless you're very careful.
Paint bucket.
Yeah, you can't just paint bucket because there's a lot of, like, a little bit, like, empty cracks here and there.
So you gotta actually paint brush it.
Yeah. So it definitely takes
a while.
Takes a little bit longer.
I'm gonna go to this one. So I did the smile too, and originally I just have it. I'm like, oh yeah, he's smiling. That's fine. And everyone's like, it's not creepy enough, and it just it felt a little, didn't feel right. So I got the feedback, and we pushed it to even bigger. And again, these are just 2 drawings, but then I just pretty much straight up in betweened it. So it's like, ah.
Yeah, so these would have been your key poses.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So.
Sick Balloon Nomancing asks, so was coloring the longest process then? I feel like it feels like it is.
It feels like it is because it's not always as rewarding as animation. As actually seeing it move. But when...
No, animation is still probably...
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not... I don't know. It's tough. For me, the posing process can sometimes take longer than animation because, we'll go into some of the flash files later. But there's multiple versions, or I'll try to get a pose as right as I possibly can, and that can sometimes be frustrating.
Yeah. This also, it originally before the shadows were added to this scene, it didn't look as creepy either, but once you add the campfire light underneath it adds a different dimension to it, so it looks a lot more sinister, and he's really just being like, hey guys!
He's like, hey, I want to be your friend.
And they're like, so...
Like, that's a hard pass.
Yeah, no thanks. See you later, bye!
Yeah, we're out of here.
And then I just did flat colors, first, just to again tell who's who, because they look exactly the same. So it's hard to tell, but I actually did a little chin quiver on the lighter color pog.
Oh yeah.
You don't really see it.
It's hard to see on these smaller just previews, but
yeah.
I know on the full size one you can definitely see it.
Mm-hmm. And then Sun did this cool shot. And so this is again her poses, her key moments for Wormwood.
No, it's fine. Just don't mind me.
Just scroll. Anyways, yeah. So these are her key moments, and she has the pogs running off. And I actually I think she did this one first before I put Wormwood in the other pog scene, just to we call it a hookup, trying to make it look like they hook up and they work together.
Yeah.
So I let her do this one first because she had already started.
Even her roughs are so good. You can totally tell.
The emotion gets across so well.
Perfectly.
Yeah, so there we go. The little blink that she added, just things that
it's like a little double blink.
Yeah, it makes you really feel for him and see that the character is thinking and feeling. You could see that there's a thought process happening there.
Yeah.
So
it's so sad.
I know, baby. And then this is this was also before she finished. It was trying to figure out him coming out of the shadows.
Yeah, making sure that read properly.
Yeah, because in the following shot, a hookup. We're learning new terms today.
Yeah, this is instructional.
So this one he was going to be in flight, so she had to have him pop out of the shadows there. So.
Yeah, it would look weird if in one shot, he was totally in shadow, and then we cut a little closer, and then it's oh yeah, now he's in the light. Mm-hmm. It would look weird. You gotta make sure everything kind of hooks up.
I think I have to close, because I've been opening tabs because computers aren't...
We have 20 files open, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, it's
Oh, is it getting clunky?
It's getting clunky.
Getting clunky.
Getting
I don't know why
clunky.
it wasn't
Thanks, Jen.
tabbing.
It wasn't skipping through. So I was opening new. It was hopping to different parts of the.
Oh yeah, just close that.
I'm close. That's what I was like. I have to close. Oh,
we're getting there.
We're getting there.
As you're finished, just close out of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! All of them are open. Okay, cool.
There we go.
Thank you. Hopefully, is it? Are we good? Are we back?
Not dropping any more frames.
Are we back? We're good.
I'm dropping frames.
Oh goodness. Okay, so Anne Marie has little. There we go. We're good. Everyone good?
We're good.
Sorry about that.
My bad.
Anne Marie did this one where he comes up and he. Oh, someone says it's still breaking.
It's probably coming back.
We're good?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, we had a lot of files open.
We had a lot of files open. So yeah, he flumps up, and then kind of dejected falls down. So again, having to add a lot of time for the.
It's cool.
So,
also,
I'm going to the next one.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say it's cool to see usually when an artist uses a different color for something, it's you kind of think about it. It helps you like think about it differently. Like if we look at this one, you know, the red, which is the leaf. Oh, I can't zoom in. The red. So that's usually, like in this case, it looks like secondary action. So what you would do is you would animate the main body first, and then, you know, then because the leaves would follow the action, you could have a little, you know, this right here. Oh no, I'm going this way. This right here is secondary action. So you would animate my head first, and then you would have like, because the leaf would kind of like follow after. So I know, again, I do the exact same thing where it's like, or like sometimes when the arms aren't as important, I'll animate the arms later, and I'll do like the body, and then it's like, okay, now we have to have the arms kind of following the body.
So she did his main forms first, and then did the stuff in red after kind of following his action. So, and I'm gonna click the arrow button and see if it works properly.
Yeah.
So, and then color, and we have him grabbing his little blanket here,
that's
little
so
vine,
cute.
and then him getting all comfy. This is her figuring out the camera move and how much. There we go. Yeah, pat, and then the yawn.
So
and this is when she
cute.
realized, I need more time. And kept on adding a bit more. It's so cute. I like, if you notice his little toes too. Watch it again. Yeah. There's a bit of a camera.
Do they like fold up or something?
He kind of like, he just stretches them a bit. Like these little things.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that
there you go.
before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Anna Marie, good job.
Yeah, there you can really see it when it's all cleaned up. So and
sweet.
then colored.
Looks so good.
These little flowers.
Oh man,
yeah,
that must have taken forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks good.
And then this is the.
Oh yeah, this is where this was another kind of change, which is why again we post stuff to the group chat before kind of moving along. But like if you notice the flower in the top left of the screen, or there's like, it's kind of like blooming, just like a little bit off the branch. So I know she ended up like kind of tweaking it, and yeah, so now kind of it looks more like it's coming out right from the stem where all the
also changing the angle kind of creates a bit more interest too.
Yeah.
So she also went in and adjusted the angle.
It looks so pretty.
It's so pretty. And then that's just here we go, cleaned up. Boop.
Some color.
And then obviously the adorable final scene where he's just super comfy and content and realizes he's, you know, among the plants and he feels loved and belonged. And yeah, we could open some files. Should we open some files?
Yeah, let's do it. So that was that was just like process images from the whole short, but we'll kind of dig into a couple scenes. Another animation program question is we use Adobe Animate. Yeah.
So
previously known as Flash. I still always call it Flash, but it is Adobe Animate now.
Yeah, Adobe Animate. So do you want to?
Sure, yeah.
This is Matt's scene, so we'll just become.
All right.
I'll be Steph, and you'll be Matt.
I'm jumping back. Oops, sorry.
And I get my water again.
Oh yeah. I should have been like dipping my leaf in it.
No.
All right. So this is Flash. This is the program. Was this my? Oh yeah. So this is the posing. So this isn't the final version, but we'll play through it. This is basically what people saw before.
There we go.
Oh.
Yeah. So does anyone else have any other like animation questions or?
Yeah, feel free to set them our way. So in this scene, it was set up a little bit differently just because it's like a POV shot, so the background and his hands had to be animating separately from the background. So first things first is I went in and I did the hands. Little butterfly.
It's just so bouncy.
Yeah. And then like at the end, if anyone ever gets a hold of any of my Flash files, at the end is like my graveyard for like abandoned ideas. See, like at the end there's always just like it's just like anything that I didn't end up liking or using, it just like ended up back here, like just weird. Half the time I don't even remember what it's for, but it's just, I usually keep it just in case I ever like change my mind and decide to kind of go
I do
back
that too.
to something.
Yeah.
Or like I'll save it into
for
a new
later.
layer. Yeah. Just in case. So that was like the background.
Oh yeah, so someone mentioned the butterfly flapping in
Oh,
game. That was, I believe, Alex. Was it Alex?
Yeah, I think that was Alex.
Yeah, he added the little in-game butterfly motion, which is all these little details just really help.
Yeah, so in this case the idle animation came after the animation. But I know, again, I don't know any details, but I know they are trying to bring some flavor from, the shorts into the game. So I don't know, you might see some more of that kind of come in.
Mine's Patch asked, what is animating by threes?
Oh yeah, well, let's take a look.
Do you have some threes in there?
I hope so. Yeah, so there's not as many here.
Earlier.
But
when his hands
there's
first
one
come up.
here.
Oh,
So we were actually talking about this before, but usually when you say animating by threes or animating on twos or animating on ones, that's like how often a drawing changes in the timeline. So specifically, like, for example, animating on ones would be like, all right, you have a different drawing on every single frame.
See, yeah. Look at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, down
there
here.
There we go.
So something like this would be animating on ones, and most of the time people don't animate on ones. Like, even as far back as like traditionally, usually ones are reserved for smear frames, or like where a character has to like travel a large distance, and the only way to do that is to kind of like smear into it. And we'll look at a smear a little bit later, but
yeah, someone actually had a question about a smear. I saw it pop up and then
perfect.
it went away.
Oh yeah, whether you have to actually use a smear frame or just, how do you know whether you have to actually use a smear frame or just frames it? Yeah, question from Fuffles. A lot of the time for me, that is just feeling. I'll show you guys, and then I will continue talking about trees.
About the different frame rates. And the butterfly animation was reused a bit.
Yeah,
more
so that
times.
was something.
So if we go to maybe close the other one because some of these are heavy. Excuse me.
Yeah,
we're really sorry about the technical difficulty, guys.
Yeah, it's fine.
Some of these files are pretty heavy. Like this one.
This is a big
it's pretty
scene
heavy
with all the birds and the butterflies and the wormwoods. But yeah, we answer that.
So anime often uses like 3s and 4s, and that's why it has a bit of a different look than, I think I mentioned this last stream, than like Disney. Like Disney often, I feel like, uses mostly
2s.
So it means there's 24 drawings in a frame, and you hold one drawing for 2 times, I guess.
Yeah.
For 2s, and then if you want to hold it longer to make it a little slower or change stuff drastically between, you can hold it for 3 frames.
Yeah, and I feel like it's kind of become an aesthetic. Like it used to be, like, I think I don't actually know, I'm not an animation historian, but I think like for anime I think like they, because of like time constraints and stuff, a lot of the times they would do like 3s and 4s because
it's less drawing.
Yeah,
like if you have to animate something on ones, it's very time consuming, because if you're doing a second of animation, that's 24 drawings,
right? So
whereas you don't always, a lot of times you'll feel things on ones, you don't always see it.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So a lot of times they realize, you could just do things on 2s, and then that's only 12 drawings. 3 is even less amount of drawings.
Absolutely.
And it still oftentimes gives a point across, and as Matt was saying, kind of gives a bit of a style to it now too.
Yeah, like it kind of feels, like I personally like it, like it's got like a little bit more, I don't know why, it just like
feels nice.
It feels like sticky, but
could
like
be also because we're both
way.
like anime fans.
Yeah. So like, for example, this one,
here's a smear.
These are like smears. All of these arm drawings are on 1s, but if you notice, the rest of the character is still on 2s. So like the body and the arm and the head, that still moves every 2 frames, but the arms are moving on 1s, because I tried it. If we try it on 2s, it just feels like kind of gross. Like, yeah, see, it doesn't.
It feels sticky.
It does feel sticky.
It feels like it's sticking.
And you can really see
each drawing.
Which you don't. You kind of want to avoid.
You want it to feel like it's a cheat. It's moving so fast it blurs, so it's more of an effect, and you want to feel it more so than see it.
Right, whereas on ones, it's just like... brrr. I was trying to do the math in my head. I was like, okay, how many drawings... Like, so 24 is fine, right? So 24 frames per second, that would be like... On 2s, that would be 12 drawings. On 3s, what is 24 divided by 3?
This is why I'm in animation.
8, 16. 8? 16. 24.
Doesn't
Let's just
matter.
keep going.
Let's keep going.
Wormwood says that's not important. No, kids, go to school. Math is important.
Math is important.
Don't wind up like us. Yeah, we don't have school in the forest, so that's not my fault. That is not my fault. Anyway, yeah, so just, again, jumping back into this, on the topic of 2s and 3s and 1s, like right here, the bird is on 1s.
So it's a nice, smooth, quick action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then switches to 2s, and then 3s. I like to put 3s, like, in moments that you really want to feel the pose, like you really want to feel the weight on that, I'll put that on 3s. So those are on 3s, and then back to 2s. So those are just like, again, we have the luxury on this.
It depends on the show that you're on. Mm-hmm. Some studios or styles of shows or whatnot, you have to do 1s or you have to do 2s, or just for the style of the show, it's part of the package.
I feel like it's pretty standard. Like for TV, they usually like want you to do it on 2s. And we were talking about this before, but like the 2, like for some reason 3s don't work as well like on cleaner drawings, like using builds and stuff.
It feels that way.
It feels like you can't get away with it, but when it feels like more hand drawn, I don't know,
it just seems to work. And Wormwood is just such a, like, him holding a pose longer, it feels okay because he's so adorable.
He is adorable.
And it's still, he's organic, so he already looks like could move at any moment. And
he's one with nature. Why don't you show them one of your scenes?
Okay.
I've got it,
switching again.
Got it loading up. Switcheroo.
Boop, boop, boop. We need to like play some special song for.
I know there should be a sound effect for this.
10. This is also like a lot of these scenes are heavy.
Yeah.
I hope that it's.
We'll give it a second while it boots up.
I just hope that it's not crashing
hope
the stream.
Everyone's enjoying their Thursday afternoon.
Oh no, it's not opening.
It's fine.
Oh, there we go.
We'll get there. Yeah.
It's black.
Thanks, Fanta Rose. Thanks for coming by. Here we go.
Oh wait, this is not the scene. This is your scene.
Oh, that is. Wait, did I open my own scene by accident? I mean, I do like talking about me, but let's.
Why is this one slow? Maybe you could talk about the trees.
Okay, yeah, the bush shaking.
Yeah.
So this was originally, Elaine gave this to me as like a BG element, which means it was like a JPEG or like a PNG, so you can't animate it, or you could like kind of squash it, you can kind of stretch it. But I wanted to add, just a little bit something more. Ooh. So I think I did end up, so I think I traced over Elaine's drawing, and then I just used the warp tool. So it's like you can kind of move it in multiple ways, and then from that it was pretty straightforward. Just kind of like warp into one pose, warp back into the other pose, and then just like in between it and color it. But yeah, most of it, I would say, like most of that was Elaine.
Yeah, it's super cute. Design-wise, yeah. I'm gonna open another scene.
Which scene? Scene 11.
It's scene 11. It should be scene 11. I did that.
The
Pogs.
Yeah.
Little
Again,
fluffies.
My favorite scene.
Another more technical question from Fluffles. How do you go about drawing a smear frame? What are the specific rules? You know what? Honestly, I don't know if there's a specific rule to it. I think if you were to, like, there's a frame by frame stuff that you could go on YouTube and kind of like frame by frame through certain films, like a lot of the classic cartoons.
Yeah.
Ooh, here we go.
Yeah, like I know for me, like the smear that you saw in this animation where he's flapping his wings, what I didn't show was like there were 4 or 5 different ways I tried to make it work, and at first, like there's different kind of styles. So like one of them is like, at first I just tried to move the arm really fast. I was like, maybe I don't need a smear, maybe I just like put it on ones, just have like the arm. But again, it just like didn't look right. So I tried this thing called like multiples, where you just like you see that it's like the arm doesn't change shape too much, but you'll see more than one arm kind of on screen at a time, so you feel like it's going really fast. But that also didn't really work for me, so then I was like, let's smear it. So I just like, again, just arm at the top, arm at the bottom, and it just like filled in the space
with color.
Yeah, and I was like,
sometimes not adding outlines helps. Like just the color, just a color blur.
Yeah, so you kind of just like, you don't know exactly what you're looking at, but you get the idea.
We only have 10 minutes left. So my stuff I mostly do on 2s. You can see I also have a lot of keys going on in here.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Yours is so organized though. It's like a stack of keys.
Well, if you dig in here, it's because of all the little. Gosh. So some of this is like background elements moving around.
Oh, nice! You gave a little bit of a shake on the bush as he jumps out.
And if I unlock it, you can see I also have I put a mask on these guys. And
it's cool that you have the shadow kind of overlapping a little bit.
Yeah, so it's a little easier to do the shadow if you have a mask cutting it out. So that's besides the point, anyways. The butt wiggle was not in boards, but it's something that a lot of cute animals do.
As a dog owner, do you see the butt wiggle?
Cats do it a lot. Like there's a lot of YouTube videos of cats doing it, and like I've seen Turn Up, our studio dog that Erica owns.
Yeah, we do have a lot of reference just running around the studio at all times.
He's just so playful and cute, and it just, added a little bit of playfulness. So, and
yeah,
then,
Fuffles. It definitely takes me a few tries to get a smear looking good.
And then this one, I just have them slide quickly on. I think I put some of that on 1s, but
seeing this scene kind of come together was just awesome.
Starting off with the scribbles.
Yeah, starting off the scribbles.
Yeah, and then Wormwood. Oh, he comes in way over here. Comes behind him. Oh yeah, he's like, if you didn't notice, he's peeping at them. He's like, boing.
Why don't you talk a little bit about like kind of what the masks are and how they work for stuff like shadows?
Oh man, we only have a few minutes.
Of them here.
We have a bunch of shadows. Okay.
Or a bunch of masks.
Shadow masks. So, go to where I had to put them on a lot of different layers because things were getting a little messy. This is what happens. Usually, I like to have cleaner setups in this, but because they were doing a lot of overlapping and in front and behind each other. So
you kind of use the color.
So yeah. So what I did is I first I colored, if I could find the color. I'm gonna hide the mask. When you see this little, I don't know if you guys can see it on your computer, this little icon, it pretty much, if you right click on any layer, you could turn it into a mask.
Right.
So, so if I don't have a mask on it, then this is the shadow. We painted over top. And what I did is I copied this color layer.
Which is totally, it's like within the bounds of the line, everything is like,
yeah,
that's not
we kept it
out.
Clean, so then I just copy, and then I go to, where's my mask? I go to the mask layer, and then I pasted it on top, and just so that I could see that it was something else, I changed it to a different color. You don't have to use green, but we used it because it's like in your face.
And I feel like for me, it also is like, it's like a green screen kind of, like at the back of my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, that's the quality. Yeah. Like it's just, when you see that green, you're like, that is not supposed to be there.
Yeah, and then you just right click and hit mask. And once all the layers are locked, why is it not working? Of course it's not working because I did the wrong thing. No, I didn't. What did I do? See, this is why I don't do things sometimes. Why is it not working? There we go. Yeah. It's because I had it selected. So, so then it cuts. It will show what's ever within. Sometimes you think, oh, you would mask it out, so you don't. I'm using my hands.
Yeah. As you can see mask, over here.
In Animate, you mask what you want to see.
Right.
Yeah. You might think it would be the other way around, but
I think that's what confused me for a while too, like getting into using masks. Yeah, I was like, oh, it's just easier if I draw within the line. But stuff like this can save you a ton of time, especially if you already have something like a color layer that you can use. Just like you've already got the color layer, so you can already use it as a mask.
Yeah, so if I want some red within this box, but not going outside of it, I could go like, paint a perfect square and then erase outside of it in that corner.
Get down to those pixels.
Or I could just do a box, and then I could copy this blue art. So Control C, make a new layer. You put it on top of what you want to mask, which is this red. I would name my layers, but if you Control Shift V, it also will paste exactly where you copied from. And then you right click and you go mask. And now, bam, magic.
Saved you time, saved me time.
Yeah, so that's a quick kind of speaking about mask. If I wanted it to mask the other way around, there's a few different ways you can do it. This is what I would do. Everyone has different ways. Maybe Matt will be like, that's silly, but this is how I do it. I make like a big blob and I copy my art and I paste it there. Right. And then I delete.
Yeah.
And then now I have a mask. Like, I'm gonna use this as a mask. Yeah.
I'm following.
We're good? So there's my new mask. That's the, I'm gonna make a little outline. So this little red square here is what I want to show. And when I lock it and show everything, so now you can see it's being masked by this new art that I made.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell.
It's handy.
Maybe you get the idea. I don't know. Maybe next time we'll
have
a bit more.
Full lesson on masks.
We'll get Ragnar and Alex to do it.
Press 1 if you want Ragnar to come on stream and talk about masks for an hour and a half.
That was my super quick trying to explain masks. Weird flash masks. Sorry, weird animate masks. Other programs.
Yes, Fuffles, I do bloom like Wormwood. Talk to me in what season are we in right now?
We're in spring. You would be.
Talk to me in the summer.
Oh, okay. Oh no, yes, almost.
We're almost summer. You'll see the bloom. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Anything else to show? We have other files, but after a while.
Quickly just show like Anne-Marie's or Sun's.
Which one?
Sun or Anne-Marie. Look down.
Oh shoot! What's this one? Oh, this one's mine. We don't need to see that. We do not need to see that. Yeah, this one. Yeah. So, whoop. It's nice to be able to just kind of scrub through and go frame by frame and really see that nice arc he does and the little double blink.
I love like the little details. Again, you can't see my hand, but like like around here, like when he's standing back, you can see like the light just like start to speckle onto his arm and his like chest and just like these really nice like small touches that really kind of pull it all together.
And again, it's things that you don't always notice when you first watch it, but you kind of feel it.
Yeah.
Things that people who aren't used to scrolling through animation don't always notice.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I don't even notice half the time until, you are scrubbing through it and you're like, oh yeah, like, look at this cool little touch here, like a little bit of like extra flair.
The way
on,
his
like,
tail falls. Poor sad boy.
It's so sad.
So sad. Yeah, so we're almost at the end of our stream.
Yeah, we're getting there. I hope you guys learned a lot here. We're going to be hosting Nada playing Don't Starve Together after the stream. I
think that, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And
I think I'm going to go play some Wormwood for a little bit.
Nice.
Maybe I can get away with it. Nobody will notice. But yeah, thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thanks everyone for coming.
Thanks for the questions.
Yeah, really great.
Hope you had fun.
Really great stuff. But
I think we still have like a minute, maybe.
We do have a minute.
We do.
But I think we could just. I'm gonna go play.
No, don't leave me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, thanks guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you again hopefully. And have a good Thursday evening, or maybe somewhere else if you're not around here.
Yeah. Take care.
Goodbye.
Bye.